What is going on, Profitable Stylists? Good morning. Here we go. We are talking about hair extensions, the difference between knowing how to do them versus actually what do you do with them. We've got with us a guest, John Salvador. John, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Morning, Eddie.
And the reason why we got John with us is because John is new to the world of hair extensions.
When you said something right before we went live, and it reminded me, I was kind of teaching in my own salon. The funny thing is, you said, I said, John, are you an expert? And then you said, are you an expert? And I'm like, some people say it is so.
we need names and references, phone numbers, email addresses.
Right. So I don't know. I would like to consider myself a humble expert. I'm impressed by how some people, whether it's on purpose, just super smart, or accidentally, right out of school or still in school, will do something. And I am still like, that's a great idea. I'm like, was that just dumb luck? Or are you really smart? And it took me like 30 years to figure this out. In my head, I'm like, either way, it was a great idea. And I throw it in that tool bag. And I think that along the way is what's made me so much further ahead of so many other people in the same field, is I don't mind continuing to pick stuff up. And at one point, I remember hearing an expert say something like that. He's like, I'm not an expert because of anything special. I just been around a long time, made a lot of mistakes, and pulled a bunch of little good things from a bunch of different people, remembered them, and just regurgitate them. And so that's kind of where I feel like I am. I wasn't the smartest kid in class in school when I was young. I don't comprehend well when I read a book. But when it comes to hair extensions, I did a lot of them. I screwed a lot of them up. And then I started going to hair shows and teaching, and then classes and teaching. And the craziest thing that I've learned about teaching is that when you're doing hair, you're looking at it like this, right? I'm like right here doing that hair. But if I'm the teacher, like you are right now, you see it from this angle, the side. So that's where I was, seeing it from the side, thinking, I see everything that's going wrong now, because I can see all the wrong angles, all the things that could be done better, which improved my game over time. So in the salon, I brought those mannequins in from on Tuesdays, I do a class in the morning, and I brought those in to talk about some things. So today we're going to talk about the difference in, I don't know the official title, but basically the difference in knowing how to do extensions and really knowing how to do hair extensions, because you can just learn a technique. RJ reminded me of something that Hank used to do in classes way back when. He is not a hairdresser, he's just a husband, business owner. His wife was the educator, the instructor, and he would take a keratin bond, put it on the hair, squeeze it with the hot tool, melt it in, let go, let everything go, no rolling, no folding, no nothing. It looked terrible, but then he'd pull on the hair and say, look, it's in. I did a hair extension, but is it right? And I was like, I love the extreme here. It's in. It'll probably stay in pretty good if you press hard enough and let it cool.
Yeah, right.
And you pull, but it's going to just spread wide, be ugly, have sharp edges. And sure, some people get somewhere in between really good and that really bad, and it's still not good enough. And so there's always getting better and better. And that's kind of what we're going to cover today. The difference in all these TikTok videos where these people are just showing like, look, I just bought this hair on Amazon and I'm going to show you how to put it in. And it's terrible. But go ahead.
This is why I do a lot of video calls. And this is why I have a lot of people come into the office by us at HCB Beauty, because so many times I'll get a phone call. Oh, I want to buy hair. I'm like, okay, well, are you certified with us yet? Well, I don't want to get certified. I know I've been doing it for years. I don't need to get certified.
I got this.
I'm like, here we go. Why do I need yours? I'm already certified in 5 different other things. Why do I need to get certified in your thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man.
I think I'm gonna play football for the NFL. I've seen it on TV.
Yeah, right. I played college. I played high school.
I never played in the yard. I just saw it on TV. Just throw it on TV. I'm sure I can do it.
I have a mug in the shop and it says YouTube is not beauty school.
Yeah.
Number one. And for me, just real quick about I was a kid that they used to send out into the hall, Bernard. Number one.
So you didn't learn anything. You weren't in class.
Number one. Number two, for me, after 15 years of being in model rooms with the both of you guys and a bunch of other artists that we've played with, and watching you guys do extensions, Eddie, certified me on a couple of extension lines, and really watching what you guys do, I was always like, all right, I could do this. Yeah, I could do this. And then now, 2 years ago, going independent, when I decided to start offering hair extension services, it was a completely different ball game for me, because I had to take into account so much more that you guys, because you're experienced, color is my thing. So there's a checklist that I go through in my head that you guys probably go through in your heads, just from all, like you said, Bernard, all the experiences and all of our failures that all of a sudden you get little nuggets of knowledge from. And it was the first time in a long time where I was actually sweating doing someone's hair.
Yeah.
But and just to your point of that, there is a big difference from knowing to doing, but you have to build that foundation first before you can then put that house on top of that foundation, and the house being proficient with hair extensions, being proficient with color, being proficient, you can go down the list. And that's the coolest part of what we do, is you never know everything.
Never.
And there's always something that's going to throw you sideways, and it's having the experience to go, oh, this is cool. Let me tackle this, instead of, oh my God, what am I going to do? So yeah, I agree 100% with you.
So I have a unique way of liking to learn, and it took me a long time to realize this. And it's funny because most people think there's basically two general ways. One is is in person, actually learning from that person, and the other is, if we're going to go to the extreme, is kind of trying to figure it out on your own, right? Maybe watching some videos, online training or whatever. But whether you get professional training or no training and just trying to figure it out, which a lot of people are on the no training side. And I was actually kind of in the middle. I started to realize early on that I do want to kind of try to do it a little bit myself and then get the formal training. Because I want to, even if it's on a mannequin or a friend or for free, knowing I'm going to mess up, knowing that it's going to give me more questions and more to understand later. So I like to give it a little bit of a try first. So I have a little sympathy for the people like Eddie, like you're saying, or they're like, I just want to buy the hair and just do it. I get it, because they want to see if they should even take the training. But of course they think they can do it. And one thing about the on-stage extensions, it truly is pretty simple. So people think I saw Bernard or Eddie do it at a show, or I saw it on a video. Of course I can do it. But there are some little details that make it work right. And just let me do this shameless plug real quick. In the description of this video below, you can click on the link and purchase the training. In the training, there'll be 2 or 3 or 4, I'm not sure exactly, free videos. Go into the actual training, watch the free videos, see if we're worth it. So worth it. Right.